Hi, my name is Missy. So let's do some readings. I have some new cards that I want to share with you guys today. I'm not exactly sure what kind of reading this is going to be, as usual. I'm just going to wing it like I always do. If you've been watching any of my most recent readings, you know that I've been trying to focus these readings around the cards that I've been purchasing to offer for sale on my website. And so here we have a new deck. This one is called the Universal Transparent Tarot. So very interesting deck. As you can see, each of the cards is basically transparent with the exception of, oh, I have them upside down. I don't have my glasses on, forgive me. I'm trying to be able to see the computer screen so I can see that whether or not the camera's focusing. So as you can see, it has the picture of each of the tarot cards, but for the most part the card itself is clear, and that's so that you can build them. See? So we're going to use them right now. We're going to use them in a reading. Let me actually explain a little further. This card here is part of the set. I actually glued it to the inside of my board so that I could use this to do this particular reading. I'm going to make some other real quick readings with this as well. But this is the background card that say once you pull your cards, if you put this over the background, then you can see your image there. You can build on top of it. Very cool. So let me show you the rest of, well, not a whole lot left, but there's this card which I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be for. I just took it out because it confuses me. I haven't figured out a way that I want to use it yet. So unless someone knows, but to be honest, I did not read the book. I don't ever read a book when I get a new deck of cards. That's my rule. And funny enough that I was just talking to someone this morning who I've been trying to teach how to read cards, and she was reminding me that one of the first things that I told her, which I know that I tell everyone this is the biggest and best piece of advice I can give to anyone who reads cards, which is throw the book away. When you get your deck of cards, throw the book away, put it in a drawer, put it somewhere where you're not going to look at it, where you're not going to read what someone else's interpretation of those cards is. You want to get to know the cards for yourself, right? So anyway, I did not read this book. I don't know exactly if this card here is supposed to have a special meaning, but this one was pretty easy to figure out. And as you can see, the book is pretty small and it has a couple of different languages here, so you're only going to get maybe 10 or 15 pages of information for the cards anyway, so you kind of have to figure it out with these decks. All right. So one thing I'm noticing with this deck, because I have been playing with it, excuse me, it's a little slippery. So if you're someone like me who likes to use lotion, that kind of stuff, like, you might want to pay attention to that, because they do get a little bit, they get slippery. I've had a few times that they just kind of slide everywhere and the cards fly. Other than that, they're pretty easy to handle, pretty well made. So let's get into it. What we're going to do is, I'm actually going to do the reading first here with the focus card. I'm going to show you guys how to build them to get your reading. Unfortunately, I do not have a camera that I can zoom in so that you can see the cards better. That's something I have to look at in the future. But I will explain it as we go, and then at the end we'll go ahead and pull some charms to see if there are any extra messages that your team wants you to have. All right, so take a minute to breathe with me. I'll go ahead and get the cards shuffled. I'm gonna have to do this. I didn't think about my cute little setup here. And actually, now that we're talking about the setup, that reminds me of something else that I wanted to explain for this reading. Because of the astrology that we have happening right now, we've got Venus combust, along with the solar eclipse happening. So Venus goes combust on the 23rd, I believe it is, and then we have the solar eclipse on the 25th. And so, you know, this is energy, especially with everything that was happening in Libra recently, all of this relationship energy that we have going on, the retrogrades. There's a very good chance that there will be, you know, relationships happening, relationship issues happening, love issues happening. So I wanted to focus this reading on that. I want to focus solely on love. This is not going to be anything about work, money, none of that kind of stuff, unless it comes up as part of the love reading. Sorry, the song in the background is kind of catching my attention. I wasn't in the reading yet, but we have Young Life Crisis by Upsall. That could be a message for someone that you may want to look up. So anyway, when I was looking at, you know, what were the crystals and things that I wanted to incorporate into the reading, like what is the energy that I wanted to bring into the reading, because we're talking about love and relationships, well, I was looking at what I had, and every single piece that I have picked for this particular setup here, including this particular box, actually, with the exception of the cards and the flowers, and actually I have a couple of rings here too that were gifts as well. But anyway, but with the exception of the flowers and the cards and this particular board here, everything here was a gift from someone to me. So they all hold special meanings. So I want to kind of leave this here, which means the reading may take an extra minute or two so that I can shuffle between, because I don't want to have to move my board out of the way. I want to keep the picture pretty. All right, so now take a minute to breathe with me, please. Hi, Cancer. We're starting off with the song Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes. All right. I'm going to give the cards a couple more shuffles, and then we'll go ahead and get into your reading. I gotta try to remember not to fan the cards out because they're so slippery, and I've had a couple of near misses already. But that's okay. I can't help myself. Breathe with me. Let's see what's going on. Oh, a bunch of them tried to jump out. Look at, we've got two. Interesting. And you know, I have to honor it, and let me tell you why. And this feels like it goes right here. The reason that I'm going to honor it, we're going to read them in two different piles, is because you've got this song saying, baby, I can treat you better. So maybe you've got a choice that you need to make between two people. These are supposed to be relationship readings after all. So this one right here, we're going to do as the advice, final outcome. We're going to look at the two sides here, okay? And actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to look at it yet, but I'm going to put it on the very bottom of the deck, and I'm just going to remember that there's two of them there. Because I don't want to know what they are yet. I want to see what these cards are going to say first. Interesting. Let me tell you what else I'm feeling real quick, because like I really want to look at this pile over here, But this one feels like it has the right to go first because it came out first. So again, take that however it resonates. It could be that this pile is going to represent the person that you're with currently, and this could represent the new person, and maybe you yourself are feeling like, I'm really interested in seeing what's up over here. We have, hold on, we have the song Depression and Obsession playing in the background. Okay, so person number one. All right, so we don't have anything behind any of the ones. We have just 4 cards here. So we have the Hierophant, the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. The 5 of Swords is the most prominent card here, and it's sitting underneath the Hierophant. So what this tells me is that you could be dealing with a Taurus, because of the Hierophant, that's the sign that rules that card. It's a major arcana, and there are no other court cards here, so that, if they're going to give any specifics about the person that this is talking about, more than likely it's an earth sign, or more than likely it's a Taurus or maybe an earth sign, probably earth and air. But whoever this is, they might be somebody who likes to win at all cost, or has to win at all cost. There's something about that energy here, the need to win at all cost. Especially if they're like a know-it-all with the Hierophant. Like maybe this is not actually a Taurus, maybe this is just somebody who's experienced and educated, but then they think they're smarter than everyone else, and they use their all of that energy to their advantage to win at all costs, right? So it could be kind of harsh energy, difficult energy to deal with. You could be bored with it, feeling like I'm not sure I want to continue here, because you're having to defend yourself a lot with this 9 of Wands. That's the wounded warrior. It's like the energy of Chiron. And so as you can see, the wounded warrior is pretty beat up, if we can get it to focus. He's usually got bandages all around his head, and he's walking on crutches. Oh, it's not going to focus. This camera is so annoying. But anyway, so, you're tired of defending yourself, or feeling as if you're getting beat up. You're bored of the situation. The party's gone on for too long, right? So take that however it resonates for one side. We do have the song Addicted by Saving Abel. And this particular song talks about... hold on. I'm actually going to read the lyrics, because it talks about being addicted in your relationship. It says, like, especially this one part, it's not like you to turn away from all the bullshit I can't take. It's not like me to walk away. It's talking about how the sex keeps them together. Part of the lyrics say, I know when it's getting rough, all the times we spend trying to make this love something better than just making up again. So basically the sex, I think at least in this relationship, the sex might be the thing keeping you together, like a deep attraction or something, but maybe the person themselves isn't all that fun to be around. Then we've got the other side over here. Make sure, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we have 5 cards here, and one of the cards is covering up something else. Okay, interesting. I'll look at that in just a second. When one card covers something else, especially when you're talking about somebody's personality traits or attributes, that's probably not a good thing. That means that there are things hidden, and the fact that you've got the High Priestess as the card that is hiding those things. That's what the meaning of this card is: secrets, things that are hidden. You move the High Priestess out of the way, and then what do you got? Boom, the Emperor. So where this dude, I don't know why I'm saying dude other than the fact that it's 2 masculines being shown on the card, but where this side over here is very, I got to win at all costs, very controlling, right? I think this side over here is trying to hide that aspect of their personality. They have the same aspects of their personality, but they're trying to hide it from you because they want you to think that they are better than the other person, right? We also have the Knight of Wands and the Three of Cups, which is not very positive energy when you're talking about love and romance, like if this is romantic. And the reason for that is because the Knight of Wands is not reliable at all. And then when you put him together with the Three of Cups, it says that there are others. Like there's a third party, possibly even a fourth party. Like maybe you're one of four. Like these might be three other, women. And I say that again because it's three women on the cards, and we already saw what, I'm getting the impression that there's two dudes for a woman to choose from. I could be wrong. But it's just the way the energy is coming through, and really that's all that is energy. Every person, whether you are in a, genetically male or female body, you still carry a balance of masculine and feminine energies. So a feminine energy has a choice between two masculines, but one masculine probably already has three other feminines. And the other masculine is probably not all that easy to get along with. And then there's like a very sexual aspect going on for both of them, because that song literally just finished as I was getting ready to end talking about either one of them and move on to the bottom of the deck. Interesting that we now have the song Don't Forget to Remember Me by Carrie Underwood. Maybe your mother could give you some advice. I almost said that we had that in your charms, but I'm remembering now that was another reading, so I'm not going to say which one, because if you have that sign in your chart, or you have already watched that reading, you'll already know what I'm talking about. But this particular song talks about a mother saying to their child, don't forget to remember me. So maybe there's something about, your mother giving you advice when it comes to this situation, or a mother figure. You have the, that's right, the two cards. Oh, interesting, the Magician with the star. You control this situation 1000%. Whatever you want, whatever you want, whatever you want, you can have. It's up to you. Whatever you want, you can have. Because remember, the Magician is covering the star, which means it's hiding that energy. So you are in control of this situation. Whatever it is that you want is what is going to manifest. Also, the message of the Magician is, it has to do with your thoughts, because this is mercurial energy, right? So, and there's that saying that says, wherever your thoughts go, energy flows, or, wherever your thoughts go, your attention flows, or wherever your attention goes, energy flows. I don't know how to say it, but whatever. So again, even if you think you're not making a choice, you're just thinking about it, but you're kind of like, I feel like you really want to check this out over here, but you may not. I could be wrong. But if that's the case, if you really want to check this out, just go into it with your eyes open, knowing that there's probably three others there checking it out with you. If you're okay with that, no problem. We do have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and it looks like the Seven of Pentacles. So interesting over here in this column with the Two of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, it's literally these two cards here are cards of, well, one is taking their time, making a decision, and the Seven of Swords is energy of like being patient and waiting for the right time to harvest the fruit on that tree. That's what those pentacles are. It represents the fruit growing on that tree. But you're trying to make the right decision. And then you've got over here on only one side, what's this? Ooh, Seven of Wands above the King of Pentacles. So if you are dealing with a Taurus, you really have to defend yourself. You're really having to defend yourself to them. I can't tell what that card is above that Seven of Wands, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's the Ten of Pentacles. And if that's the case, let's see, that's the Seven of Wands right there, and then this one, I think that might be the Ten of Pentacles. I don't know, I'm not going to force it. Like maybe you could be very financially stable with this person, but you'll always have to defend yourself. Maybe that's what the advice that your mother has been giving you, like something about like be wary of the one that you have to defend yourself to. And it doesn't have to be, here's the thing about those with Cancer placements in their chart. They really want the happily ever after white picket fence energy, right? It's just, they can't help it. That's Cancer is the sign of home and family and security. And so because that's what you really want, it seems like a bad decision to go with this one over here, right? Because this one seems more stable. If I'm reading that Ten of Pentacles up here, if that's really the Ten of Pentacles, and I'm not going to look, because you need to make that decision. That's why I'm not going to look. To even though I want to know, I'm going to look after I end the video, but I'm not going to tell you, because you have to make the decision. It's literally got to be your decision. You could take advice from other people, but it has to be what you want, what you know you can live with. We have the song Superwoman by Alicia Keys. I think you really want to choose this over here, and maybe I think this is a better choice than over here, and maybe this one doesn't have to be permanent. Maybe this one is just to help you open up to the possibility of more. Somebody who still has that leader, big boss quality without the harshness. Because, you know, Cancer can be very sensitive. And Taurus can be can be stubborn and a little bit harsh. I'm a Taurus myself, I know. I know exactly how stubborn I can be. So, you know, and I'm not like super competitive like what the Emperor would be, right? That would be the energy of the CEO of like, you know, a big company or something, you know, multi-level company, not multi-level, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like this energy right here is ended, and yet I need to pull cards, and it's very interesting because, well, I guess I can do it like this. We'll just do it like that, and we'll just see where the charms land. I don't want to influence your decision, and yet it feels like the cards need to be kept separated, and they need to be used as a base for the charms. So that's what we're going to do. All right, interesting. So interesting. This is not what I was expecting, but here you go. All right, we're actually going to start over here. We've got a piece of angelite, a piece of rose quartz, right? And then the scissors. And so it's saying over here, like, cut this one out of your life for your own self-preservation is what this is saying. Literally, I think that's what your angels are saying as well because of the piece of angelite. For your own preservation and protection, cut this one off, cut this one out, don't even entertain the possibility. Over here, you've got the boot coming out over the side where we've got the Hierophant, the side that might be a possible Taurus. So it's saying this side would be a lot of work, a lot of work, a lot of work. If that's what you want and you're prepared for it, there you go. It's just a lot of work. But then interesting here in the center, I'm seeing the letter S, not like, you know, the S, not F. I don't know if I'm coming through clearly or not. S as in Sam, as in, you know, Sophia, as in whatever, the letter S, the number 5, but also, blue tiger eye. This has to do with your intuition and how your intuition can be very abundant for you right now. You have this piece of Lenormand, which is a water stone, but it's also a throat chakra stone. We've got the 11th house, which is the house of your social circle and your friends. And then we have the number 7 domino. So all of this is important because it's talking about, well, with the 11th house, sorry, this one moved. With the 11th house, it talks about how your friends, like your friends in your social circle can be the right path for you, especially if you're looking for love or whatever. You just have to like follow your intuition when you're talking to someone. Like, let's say you know, your friends tell you, oh, I know somebody who's single, blah, 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 right? Or that maybe not even like that. Maybe it's not even being set up by your friends. Maybe you're just meeting other new people through your social circle, whether this is your friends at work, the people you socialize with from work, or the people that you network with on your job. I think there's love possible there with this particular grouping of charms. And what it's saying is, when you're talking to the person initially, getting to know them, right? The best way to find your person is to really pay attention to your intuition when you're having those initial conversations. Really pay attention to what your body is telling you, whatever you're into. You know, there are different types of intuitive gifts: clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairgustience. I can't even think of all of them, but whatever yours is, pay attention to that. Because you can avoid a lot of these problems here, right, by really following your intuition. In other words, if you are talking to someone and you're really attracted to them, but there's something about your gut instinct that's telling you the energy is off, walk away. Like, just walk away. Follow your intuition and walk away. It's telling you there's something off for a reason. We have the song, hold on. Oh, I don't know what that is. Hold on. Love, John Legend. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything you can to help me, and I thank you very much for watching.